What if I told you that love isn't something you just fall into, but something you learn, practice, and grow into? Jay Shetty, a former monk and now a global wisdom teacher, has cracked open one of life's greatest mysteries in his book, 8 Rules of Love. Whether you're single, dating, heartbroken, or happily married, these 8 timeless principles will change the way you think about love forever. Stay with me as we dive into the ancient wisdom and modern insights that make love not just magical, but sustainable. Rule 1. Let yourself be alone. What does it really mean to be alone? For many, solitude brings discomfort, even fear. But Jay Shetty begins his philosophy of love by turning this idea on its head. Rule number 1. Let yourself be alone is not a punishment. It's the first and most crucial preparation for love. It is the space where you begin to form a relationship with yourself, your truest, most reliable partner for life. Shetty explains that we often rush into relationships not out of readiness, but out of loneliness. The fear of being alone leads many people to settle, to hold on to relationships that don't serve them, or to leap into ones they aren't prepared for. But solitude is not loneliness. Loneliness is the fear-driven avoidance of our own presence. Solitude, by contrast, is empowering. It's the foundation for self-love. When you're alone, you begin to unearth your true preferences, values, and priorities without the influence of another person. You learn what makes you happy, what drains you, and how you want to live. This knowledge is your compass in any future relationship. Being alone also helps you build emotional resilience. Jay suggests practical steps like this solo audit, where you observe how you spend your time alone and how it makes you feel. Are you comfortable dining alone? Do you enjoy your own company while walking, creating, or simply sitting in silence? If not, ask why. What fear or belief is holding you back from enjoying your own presence? Solitude teaches you self-regulation. You begin to understand that emotional balance does not come from others validating you, but from your ability to understand and soothe yourself. In doing so, you become a whole, grounded individual, not someone searching for a better half. Only when we feel whole on our own are we truly ready to give and receive love. Rule 1 teaches us that love does not start with another person. It starts with you. Rule 2. Don't ignore your karma. Every relationship leaves a footprint. In rule number 2, Jay Shetty brings ancient Vedic wisdom to the modern dating world by introducing us to karma, not as punishment or fate, but as a cycle of learning. Karma, in its true sense, is cause and effect. The choices you make, consciously or not, create consequences that shape your future. Many of these choices are driven by deeply embedded impressions from your past, what the Vedas call samskaras. These impressions come from early family dynamics, cultural narratives, media, and past relationships. If you continually find yourself drawn to emotionally unavailable partners, or if you sabotage relationships just when they start to get serious, that's your karma speaking. It's not destiny or misfortune. It's a pattern you haven't yet understood. Jay encourages us to investigate these patterns. What beliefs about love did you inherit from your parents? Did you learn that love is conditional? That you must perform or please to be worthy of affection? Or perhaps you observed that love always ends in heartbreak, and so you unconsciously push it away before it can hurt you. Through introspection, we begin to rewrite these scripts. Karma becomes not a chain that binds us, but a mirror that guides us. When you recognize the beliefs and behaviors that have shaped your love life, you gain the power to change them. This rule calls for deep self-awareness. Use meditation, journaling, and therapy if needed to explore the roots of your relationship behavior. Then, make new choices with full consciousness. Karma is not about paying for the past. It's about learning from it, so you don't have to repeat it. Rule 3. Define love before you think it, feel it, or say it. What is love? This simple question is at the heart of rule number 3. Jay Shetty insists that before we claim to be in love, we must define what love means to us. It's a radical shift from how most of us approach relationships. We often rely on instinct or chemistry, letting emotions guide us blindly. But without a clear definition, we risk mistaking attraction, obsession, or dependency for love. Shetty offers a more stable and practical definition. Love is when you like someone's personality, respect their values, and support their goals. That's it. This definition strips away the drama and idealism. It's not about butterflies or fireworks. It's about consistent appreciation and alignment. Why is this so important? Because when we define love clearly, we create a standard. We stop falling for people who don't meet that standard just because they're exciting or charming. We learn to assess relationships more objectively. Do I respect who this person is? Do our values align? Are we capable of supporting each other's growth? This rule encourages us to engage our minds before surrendering to our hearts. It asks us to be intentional. Before you say, "I love you," ask, what do I mean by that? Am I prepared for what love requires? Patience, sacrifice, vulnerability, and daily effort? In short, Rule 3 is about clarity. Define love for yourself. When you do, you won't just find love, you'll recognize it. Rule 4. Your partner is your guru. This rule may be the most humbling of all. Rule number 4. Your partner is your guru. In the ancient Indian tradition, a guru is not just a teacher, but a guide who leads you from darkness to light. Jay Shetty challenges us to see our partner in this same light. Your partner is not just your lover or your roommate. They are your mirror, your challenger, your catalyst for growth. Why is this mindset transformative? Because it shifts how we see conflict and imperfection. Instead of resenting your partner for triggering you, ask, what are they showing me about myself? When they point out your impatience, your defensiveness, your fears, can you use that feedback to grow? This doesn't mean tolerating abuse or disrespect. A guru guides with care. Your partner's role is to reflect back your growth areas, and your role is to be humble enough to receive that insight. Jay shares that romantic relationships are one of the most intense forms of self-discovery. Living with someone day in and day out reveals your patterns, wounds, and habits. It's uncomfortable, but it's also profoundly spiritual. When you view your partner as your guru, you approach them with gratitude, not just desire. You stop trying to change them and instead focus on how they help you change yourself. Every argument, every annoyance, every misunderstanding becomes an opportunity to evolve. Love, in this view, is not about perfection. It's about growth. Two imperfect people choosing to learn together again and again. Rule 5. Purpose comes first. In our culture, it's often said that love completes you, that your partner is the final missing puzzle piece. But Jay Shetty invites us to challenge this romantic ideal in rule number 5. Purpose comes first. Love is not meant to distract us from our path. It is meant to strengthen us along it. Purpose gives our life direction, and it should never be abandoned for the sake of a relationship. Too often, people lose themselves in love. They compromise their dreams, their passions, their identity in order to keep a relationship going. But if you give up your purpose for someone else, you eventually lose both, the purpose and the relationship. Jay reminds us that when two people come together in love, they're not meant to orbit around each other, but rather to walk side by side on their own journeys. A strong relationship is one where each partner supports the other's individual purpose. It's not about merging into one identity, but about mutual respect for each other's goals and growth. How do you discover your purpose? Start by asking, what brings me alive? What can I offer the world? What values guide my actions? When you pursue these questions, you become a fuller, more grounded version of yourself, someone who can love deeply without losing themselves. And when you prioritize purpose, something beautiful happens. You attract someone who respects your path, rather than someone who tries to rewrite it. Purpose becomes a filter. It weeds out those who are incompatible with your vision, and it draws in those who align with it. In essence, Rule 5 is a call to action. Don't wait for love to give you purpose. Find your purpose and let love grow around it. Rule 6. Win or lose together. All couples fight. All relationships face conflict. But the healthiest, Most enduring relationships share one crucial trait: the belief that they are a team. Rule number 6, win or lose together, reframes conflict from a battleground into a partnership. Jay Shetty emphasizes that arguments should never be about who's right and who's wrong. When you fight to win, the relationship loses. True love means fighting for each other, not against each other. Most of us enter conflict with our ego in the driver's seat. We want to defend ourselves, prove our point, or to get the last word. But Shetty teaches that in love, ego must give way to empathy. Before reacting, ask, what is my partner really trying to express? What pain or fear lies beneath their words? Communication is a skill, and Rule 6 urges us to develop it. Practice active listening. Avoid blaming language. Learn to say, help me understand, instead of you never. And remember, some problems don't need solutions. They need presence. Just sitting with your partner's pain can be more healing than fixing it. When one person feels hurt, the other should feel it too. That's how unity is built. Winning or losing together also means celebrating victories together. Support each other's successes. Be generous with praise. A relationship thrives when both people feel seen, heard, and valued. This rule teaches us that love is not a zero-sum game. It's a collaboration. And when both people are committed to growing together, even conflict becomes a catalyst for deeper connection. Rule 7. You don't break in a breakup. Love doesn't always last forever. But that doesn't mean it wasn't real, or that you were broken because it ended. Rule number 7. You don't break in a breakup is a powerful reminder that endings are not failures. They are transitions, sometimes painful, sometimes freeing, but always filled with potential for growth. Jay Shetty emphasizes that heartbreak can be one of our greatest teachers. It reveals where we're attached, where we're wounded, and where we've outgrown our past. Breakups invite us to return to ourselves, to reflect, to heal. Often, the pain of a breakup is intensified by the stories we tell ourselves. I wasn't enough. They were my only shot at love. I'll never find this again. But these are illusions. You are whole with or without another person. And your ability to love did not leave when a relationship did. Jay encourages us to view a breakup as a kind of graduation. You learned what you needed to learn from that chapter. Now you're ready for something new, something better aligned, more conscious, more fulfilling. This doesn't mean skipping over grief. Grieving is necessary, but grieving with awareness transforms it. Ask yourself, what did I learn? How did I grow? What will I do differently next time? When we shift our view of breakups from devastation to evolution, we reclaim our power. We become the author of our own love story, not a victim of it. Rule 8. Love again and again. The final rule is both simple and profound. Love again and again. Love is not one moment. It's not one person. It's a practice, a way of being in the world. Rule number 8 teaches us that love is not finite. You don't run out of it. You don't have only one chance. Love regenerates if you allow it. Jay Shetty reminds us that we must keep our hearts open, not just for romantic love, but for all expressions of love: friendship, service, family, community, spiritual connection. Every interaction is a chance to give and receive love. When you've been hurt, it's tempting to shut down, to armor your heart, to say never again. But love isn't about protecting yourself from pain. It's about growing strong enough to love anyway, again and again. This rule is also about staying in love. In long-term relationships, it's easy to let routine replace romance. But Jay encourages us to keep showing up, keep learning about each other, keep choosing love daily, not just during the highs, but also in the mundane, the boring, the tough. Loving again and again is a courageous act. It says, I believe in connection. I believe in healing. I believe that even after failure, I can begin again. Love isn't something you find and hold on to forever. It's something you nurture over and over. And the more you give it, the more it grows. There you have it, Jay Shetty's 8 rules of love. Not as a checklist, but as a journey through solitude, purpose, conflict, forgiveness, and above all, growth. If this resonated with you, hit the like button, subscribe for more insightful book summaries, and share this video with someone you love. Let love be your daily practice, not your destination.